Floridians on the Spartans squad. Tampa is in white, UW Parkside in the green, and we're underway. The tip controlled by the Rangers in the hands of Alexis Vaughn, who works it into the front court. An early floater is up and down for Alyssa Nelson, and the team's leading scorer, 21 points a game, is on the board. Wisconsin Parkside has lost 2 straight. They come in 5-5 overall this year. Abney with her first touch, hands it off to Bonilla, and Tampa, who have won 9 consecutive games, come up empty on their first possession. Oh no, they say it will stay with the Spartans, 11 on the shot clock. Cross-conference battle between Division II opponents, Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or the GLIAC for UW Parkside. Tampa plays in the Sunshine State Conference. 5 on the shot clock. Does Bonilla see it? Way away from the basket. Has to go up with it. 2-1. I don't think she got it off in time, and it's a turnover on the first possession of the game for the Tampa Spartans. 20th year head coach Tom Jesse can't be pleased with that. Over 500 career wins. Graduated from Bluefield State, class of 1988. And his team gets their first stop as Abney collects the rebound, averaging 5 a game. She brings it into the front court, almost loses it. Guarded well by Alyssa Nelson. She picks up the dribble. Tampa ranked 13th in the country this year at the D2 women's level. The lob inside, kick it back out. Abney, one dribble, pulls back into the lane. She goes barreling in, up with the left, and the rebound falls to Alexis Vaughn. Parkside the early lead with a couple of stops. Here goes Plockelman. She's the big forward, every inch of 5'11". That might be a little bit disgenerous of a statistic. She's got great size in the front court. Vaughn steps out, almost gets a shooter's touch, but a snag on the rebound by Sullivan, and she is fouled. So that'll be the first foul. I think they're going to get Alexis Vaughn. And indeed they do. First personal foul and the first team foul. So just a couple of points here in the first couple of minutes of action. First game in the Las Vegas Holiday Hoops Classic for each of these two teams. Abney, good duck in pass inside, but Naj blows the layup. A really good look. Can UW Parkside capitalize? And Plockelman was out of bounds on the sideline. And so that will be the first turnover of the game for the Rangers. They average 16 a game, not a great mark. That has them 7th in the GLIAC, a team with 11 teams in the conference. So still looking for the first points of the game are the Spartans of Tampa. Inside they go. Naj pivots, goes up, and she'll have a chance to get the first points of the afternoon, as we have passed the noon mark here at West Coast time. And to the free throw line goes the senior from Pex, Hungary, South Florida transfer, averaging 14 points a game this year, shooting it just a touch under 70% at the foul line. She rises and misses the first. A Naj off a 6.6 rebound performance last time out. The win against Embry-Riddle on Wednesday, December the 8th. That was the first time she'd been under 10 points since the season opener against Seton Hill all the way back on November the 5th. But she's got the first point of the game for her Spartans, who trail 2-1. 2.5 gone by first quarter. Very nearly a steal by Bonilla. And again, UW Parkside fortunate on those couple of passes to have him go away. Maddie Harrison is into the game for the first time for Coach Jen Conley and the Rangers. And a turnover. Nelson gives it away. Here comes Naj into the front court, slips it up, and it hits the underside of the backboard. LaShayla Wright-Ponder wanted a foul, did not get it. Here comes Vaughn weaving, tries to find a cutting Maddie Harrison, but more good defense from the Spartans, a team that averages just 57 points a game allowed at the defensive end, good for 5th in the Sunshine State Conference this year. So neither offense in a great rhythm, and there goes Wright-Ponder inside for her first 2 points. Off of a 14-point, 10-rebound double-double in the win against Embry-Riddle a few days ago, and an offensive foul is called. They get Alyssa Nelson. That's going to be her second personal foul. A couple of substitutions for Jen Conley as Lamia Korik comes into the game alongside Patty Gayasova, the sophomore from Prague. 3 international players on this roster for Coach Conley, 2 from Sweden, and Gayasova, the lone player from Prague. And the Rangers right now looking to play some defense. The pull-up and a smooth-looking jumper for Aaliyah Abney, one of 3 Spartans that averages double-digit scoring this year. And she's got her first 2, and it is the first lead of the game, now up to 3 for the Spartans. In and out for Harrison, and Nodge tracks it down. Bonilla off a screen. She tries her luck with a long 2. And the rebound is tipped to Korik for the Rangers, down by 3. A steal, but a foul. Oh, Abney tied for the team lead in steals this year, just under 2 a game. Thought she had her first of this ball game this afternoon, but instead she is whistled for the foul. That's her first team foul and the first personal foul that she picked up as well. Substitution as Mara McAdams, a freshman from Wisconsin, comes in for Jen Conley. Rangers get a good look on the baseline, and Plockelman gets it to go. Second leading scorer on the team. That's somebody that you want to get going if you're Jen Conley. And it's a 1-point game as we approach the midway point here in the first quarter. Sullivan lobs inside right. Ponder, her second field goal of the ball game. And it's back to a 3-point advantage for the 13th ranked Spartans. Tampa 1-2 start to this year has won 9 straight. How about the move inside by Plockelman and the foul? She'll have a chance for a 3-point play and an opportunity for the Rangers to tie the game back up here in the early going. Substitution as Maya Lidefors comes back in for Jen Conley, and Maddie Harrison heads down to the bench. At the free throw line is Plockelman, 78% foul shooter on the year. She ties the game at 7. And a couple more substitutions as Nelson comes back in along with Claire Jakaitis, her first action, the redshirt senior from St. Charles North High School in Illinois. McAdams starts the offense, moves it Sullivan on the wing. Again, they go inside to right Ponder. No foul, or excuse me, no shot. They do call a foul. Tampa having an excellent early portion of the season after a perfect 7-0 in the spring season in the Sunshine State Conference. Won their 6th SSC Tournament Championship in program history. And inside once again goes LaShayla Wright Ponder. She is already up to 6 points. And Tampa is back in front. Parkside has just not had an answer in the paint for the grad student from Bloomington, Minnesota originally, the transfer from South Dakota. See if they go back to her here after the turnover. Whip it in the corner. Abney, she tries a 3 and she connects. Abney from distance shoots it at just 12% from outside on the season. Parkside can't answer at the other end with Lidefors. And just like that, it's the largest lead of the game for the Spartans and a chance to add to it on this possession. Trying to go right back to LaShayla Wright Ponder. UW Parkside fronting her all the way. The drive inside and finish from Aaliyah Sullivan. The Spartans, who got in at 2 a.m. this morning, skipped the 8 a.m. shoot around, are looking plenty fresh and not rusty here in the early going. A good drive inside by Lidefors to stem the tide a little bit, make it a 4-point game. Spartans at the other end. Boy, I can't believe they didn't want to go right back to LaShayla Wright Ponder. Now they do. This time she can't finish. Swarmed by a mob of green jerseys. And here comes Gayasova leading the fast break. Korik on the wing, lobs inside, but it's over the reach of Claire Jakaitis, and it's out of bounds. Another turnover for the Rangers. That is already turnover number 5 here in this first quarter. A team that averages 16 a game. They have a negative turnover margin on the season. So do the Spartans. Ironically, one of the few statistics they don't do very well as a team, but they do a lot of things well fundamentally and in the box score in her 20th year. Head coach Tom Jesse. Bonilla starts the offense. Abney hit a 3 from there a moment ago. She's got it again. Aaliyah Abney not shy. Her last 3-pointer before the 2 she's knocked down in this first quarter was November the 25th against Alaska Fairbanks. Red hot from distance, and it's a 7-point advantage. The scoop, the score, and the foul for Alyssa Nelson. If you're UW Parkside, that is how you get it going. Give the ball to your leading scorer, the only player on either team that averages at least 20 points a game, just a touch over 21 on the season, and a good player to put at the free throw line, 93%, and she knocks it down, has been red hot. Over her last 4 games coming into this one, has averaged 27.5 points a game, shooting at 67% from the floor. She's already got 5 points. That's a team high for the Rangers, who are down by 4. Bonilla lobs inside. This time the front results in a steal. Plockelman able to take it away. Here come the Rangers the other way, down by 3. And good hustle on the back end of the defense by McAdams to knock it out. It'll stay with UW Parkside. A relatively new team to the GLIAC, that's the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, are the UW Parkside Rangers. 2018-19 campaign was their first in that particular conference. It was also the first year for head coach Jen Conley. They went 12-15, 10-10 against league foes. Nelson tries her luck from distance. A foul is called. I think it's going against LaShayla Wright Ponder, and it is. Oh, no, they get Bonilla on the hold. Fourth team foul, so no free throws yet. First personal foul against Bonilla, so it's baseline out of bounds. That was going to be a good look for Nelson. Who knows if she would have knocked it down had the whistle not blown and play essentially stopped. But she's got the ball right back in her hands. Quickly into the corner. I think they're trying to set that up for Plockelman, but it was well defended by the Spartans. Now they go Nelson one-on-one with Bonilla. She's got a couple inches on her, the up and under. That is a good-looking move for the senior from New Berlin, Wisconsin. And it is a 2-point game. I think the score was off by 1 a moment ago. Abney, does she have another one? And the rebound to Alyssa Nelson. Rangers can tie or take the lead. Vaughn whips it with one hand. Here goes Plockelman into the lane. A good move, but the rebound comes to LaShayla Wright Ponder. The team's leading rebounder on the season, just a touch under 9 a game. She sets the screen for McAdams. Sullivan pulls up and swirls it in. That is a 2, so it is a 4-point advantage as we're inside of a minute to go in the first quarter. One player waiting to check in for both sides at the scorer's table. But there just hasn't been a dead ball. A lot of continuous action as Plockelman bangs off the triple on the iron. And McAdams comes the other way. 16-second difference, shot clock and game clock. LaShayla Wright Ponder inside, misses for the second straight time after a hot start. She misses 3 in a row down there. And the Rangers can't save it. The subs will finally come in. Sheridan Flauger is in for the Rangers, and for Coach Jesse and the 15th ranked Tampa Spartans, Danielle Delano, the senior from Enfield High School in Connecticut, transferred from Central Connecticut State, that is into the game. So now it's a 9-second difference after the shot clock reset. Sullivan pulls up, back iron miss, and here come the Rangers. Shot clock is turned off, and we'll see if UW Parkside holds for one. Looks like they will. 10 seconds, ball in the hands of Maddie Harrison. Nelson open, doesn't want to pop the three. Now with three, with two. Flauger got to go. Pulls back and she's swatted. Delano was all over it. And that is going to be how to win their 10th consecutive game of the year. This is the 6th they've played at a neutral site, 3-2 previously. Played in a couple of invitationals earlier in the season, so they have got some experience. Parkside, meanwhile, 2-0 on a neutral site outing this year, and a foul inside is going to go against the Rangers. And foul is called against Hannah Plockelman, the senior from New Berlin. First team foul, first personal foul, and it's a baseline out of bounds. McAdams thought about that three. Well, Shayla Wright-Ponder's got a mismatch down low with Lamia Korick. A drive, the pivot by Naj. Oh, what a cut by Sullivan for the lay-in. Right down the lane, and she and LaShayla Wright-Ponder are carrying the load. 6 points apiece, and it's a 6-point advantage for Tampa. Side pocket three for Schoenbeck. How about that? Nothing but nylon right into the game. Off the bench, she started but checked out immediately. Not afraid to fire here to begin quarter number 2. On the season, shoots at just 21% from outside. But she makes it a 3-point game. LaShayla Wright-Ponder to the free throw line. She will go, drawing the foul on Claire Jakaitis. And she has got the second most points on the team along with Sullivan. Abney's got 7 after hitting a couple of shots from outside. One of them was ruled a 2, but one of them was a 3. She's got 7. And then it's 6 for Sullivan, 6 for Wright-Ponder. And Natch has got 1 point. That's all the scoring for Tampa right now. But at the line goes the graduate student, South Dakota transfer LaShayla Wright-Ponder, originally from Bloomington, Minnesota. And it's a 4-point advantage for the Spartans of Tampa. Jakaitis cut off well by Wright-Ponder, who has just been everywhere in this game for Coach Jesse. The pivot by Gayasova, tough looking shot, but she makes it look easy as she puts it through. And just like that, we've got a 2-point game. McAdams directs traffic to start the offense. Sullivan has had an excellent start to this game, tries to keep it going. Can't bank it in this time. Plockelman the rebound. Rangers can tie or take the lead. And that's a travel. Gayasova had the right idea, trying to keep it rolling after a bucket on the last possession, but just not able to keep the feet on the ground. So it will be the 6th turnover of the game for the University of Wisconsin Parkside Rangers. They give it back to Tampa, who are up by 2. Tampa under the direction of 20th year head coach Tom Jesse, back-to-back Sunshine State Conference Coach of the Year. And he's watching his team do a lot of damage inside. Madge with her first field goal of the game, the team's leading scorer. And the Spartans are up 4. Jakaitis, the power dribble with the left. That is tough. LaShayla Wright-Ponder throws her hands out, exacerbated, asking herself what she has to do. And the answer is nothing. That is just a really good move by the redshirt senior from St. Charles North High School in Illinois. Rangers looking for a stop to try to finally get that game back to all square. Abney hangs and the rebound falls down to Lamia Korick. Rangers again, chance to get level or go back in front. Plockelman pivots but keeps the dribble alive. Jakaitis, that's for the lead. And the rebound to Aaliyah Abney. Now this has been the way Tampa has started a lot of their offensive sets. Pick and roll with McAdams and LaShayla Wright-Ponder to get the switch down low. That's what they call mouse in the house right there. But this time, the transfer from South Dakota can't finish inside. Rangers the other way in a hurry. Here goes Gayasova, and she travels for the second time in the last 3 trips down the floor for the Rangers. 7th turnover of the game here in the first half. And a substitution as Alexis Vaughn comes back in for Patty Gayasova. Vaughn, the transfer from Arizona Community College, Central Arizona Community College, was at Grambling State before that. She defends McAdams, now Abney on the perimeter. Abney pulls back, smooth-looking jumper, can't get the roll. And she has been confident shooting the ball, has a game-high 7 points early in this one. Vaughn has it poked away. Abney has whistled for what will be her second personal foul, and that's going to be the first team foul here in quarter number 2. So it'll just be a side out, and the shot clock remains at 24. Game number 2 here today of the Las Vegas Holiday Hoops Classic. Spencer McLaughlin on hand. Great to be bringing you some college basketball over the holidays, and it is the first of 2 games I'll do today. We'll do a couple tomorrow as well, and these games run all the way through Wednesday in the Shootout Classic. 10 on the shot clock for the Rangers. Leading scorer Alyssa Nelson drives, scoops, counted and one. Tom Jesse off the bench, can't believe it. Thought that foul should have perhaps been on the deck. But for the first time since it was 2-0, the Rangers will have a chance to go back in front. Nelson just continues her excellent play. First team All-GLIAC performer a season ago, was first team All-Defense. 93% at the foul line this year, stays perfect in this game, and puts her team back in front as we approach the midway point here in quarter number 2. Delano picks up the dribble, has to watch the 5 count, finds a cutting McAdams, who dribbles it off her foot. Wisconsin Parkside forces a turnover as Vaughn is left alone. In she goes. The teardrop is blocked by Sullivan. Tremendous hustle by the junior from Bartow, Florida. And she gets her team a chance to go back ahead. Delano, 3-ball. It's off the heel. And the rebound snatched by Alexis Vaughn. She stays aggressive, pulls up again, and somehow gets that roll to drop through the cylinder. And this is the largest lead of the game for the Rangers here in the second quarter. Up by 3, trying to snap a 2-game losing skid against the 13th ranked Tampa Spartans, who have won 9 in a row in this 2021-22 campaign. And we have a foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Maddie Harrison. That'll be her final challenge back in the early portion of November. They beat a ranked team then as well, number 23, Truman State, ranked at the time, and then they knocked off Quincy in a nail-biter, 59-57. Those games were on November the 12th and the 13th. And right now, they have surged back ahead of the 13th ranked Tampa Spartans, who are looking to answer. Sullivan galloping into the lane. She finds room and scores. Malia Sullivan having an outstanding first half. She's got a game-high 8 points. Check that, team high. The game high is Nelson with 10, and it's an offensive foul called against Alexis Vaughn. She doesn't like the call, but it'll give Tampa, a chance to retake the lead at the other end. Sullivan all the way cross court to Delano, back to Sullivan. She drives, cut off well. Delano again, side pocket triple. And it's 3 in the key. I think they get LaShayla Wright-Ponder. So that's going to be another turnover for the Spartans. Just their 4th of the game, a team that averages just under 16 a game. That's the 4th most in the Sunshine State Conference. Maddie Harrison kicks it out. Vaughn in the corner. A knuckleball and the rebound to Wright-Ponder. She's been a force on the glass. Has a game-high 4 rebounds. Does LaShayla Wright-Ponder. Sets the screen for McAdams again. And whistles are blowing this play dead. I think they had a clock issue. Yeah, the shot clock is currently at 8. I don't think it ever got reset. So that is probably what they're going to correct right now. Yeah, it should be at 18. That is right. So it got reset to 20, not to 30. So it'll be a side out of bounds for the Spartans. whose last loss was November the 7th against number 1 Lubbock Christian. Inside they go, and the Spartans are back in front, 27-26. LaShayla Wright-Ponder is up to 9 points, averages 12 a game on the season, having a strong first half. Nelson, quick catch and shoot, and who else would have the rebound? But the South Dakota transfer, LaShayla Wright-Ponder, McAdams pirouettes, goes up and is fouled. Jen Conley doesn't like the call, but it will be 2 shots for the freshman from Muckawanago High School in Wisconsin. And check that, Maya Gusto's one at the free throw line, sophomore from Naples, Florida. She misses the first. I realize I've been referring to Gusto as McAdams. I apologize for the quick switch of the number 1s there, but Gusto knocks down the free throw, make it a 2-point lead for Tampa. They led by as many as 5 in the first quarter, controlled most of the action. They led at the end of the first as well. Schoenbeck steps out, misses the 3, and the rebound to Gusto. Jesse calls out 40. Does Tom Jesse from the sideline. Offensive foul against LaShayla Wright-Ponder. She's confused, doesn't like the call. It's going to be just her first personal foul and the 3rd team foul of the quarter, but she thought she was set. Tom Jesse doesn't like the call either. There was not a lot of contact there. I think the referee said that she used the arms too much as Plockelman powers her way inside to draw an opportunity at the free throw line to tie it up with 2 shots. So Hannah Plockelman at the line, senior from New Berlin Eisenhower High School in Wisconsin. 2nd leading scorer on the team. Leads them in rebounds, blocks, and 3-point percentage. 79% foul shooter on the year, has a chance to tie the game off of a strong outing last time out in the loss against Lindenwood on Sunday with 21 points and 8 rebounds. But we are deadlocked at 28. Rangers will be back in action tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time against Montana State Billings. Tampa, meanwhile, will take on Southern Indiana tomorrow, who's in the crowd behind me scouting their opponent for tomorrow. Right now, the Spartans' attention is all on the Rangers, who are giving them a tough battle here in the first half. LaShayla Wright-Ponder can't get the roll. The rebound to Jakaitis. Here come the Rangers. Chance to go back in front. Plockelman pivots, throws it up wildly. Coach Jesse loves the defense from his team. And here comes Sullivan racing into the front court. The crossover, the pull-up. What a good-looking shot there from Aaliyah Sullivan. She's into double figures. And Tampa goes back in front as we approach 2 minutes to play first half. Straight on triple, you bet. Alyssa Nelson, check that, it's Lamia Korik from downtown. And just like that, the Rangers are back in front. So it pinballs back and forth. Neither team has led by more than 5. And what an outstanding game this is for 2 teams that traveled over 4,100 miles combined to get to the South Point Arena here in Las Vegas. Alyssa Nelson has a steal. Here she comes into the front court. Korik tries to make it 2 in a row. She got it. Came into this game 6 of South Point Arena at the South Point Hotel in Las Vegas. Wisconsin Parkside has their largest lead of the game after back-to-back triples from Lamia Korik, the team's best 3-point shooter on the season by percentage, though she hasn't taken a lot of them. She's now 8 of 10 from beyond the arc here in the 2021-22 campaign for 4th-year head coach Jen Conley. 10 to shoot for Tampa at the other end. LaShayla Wright-Ponder got off to an excellent start. She's missed her last 5 attempts. All good looks inside. Maddie Harrison, she wants to go inside, and she scores. 8 straight for the Rangers. They lead by 6. 16-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Bonilla starts it At the other end for the Spartans, looking to stem an 8-0 run by University of Wisconsin Parkside. Sullivan out to Gusto, bullet pass inside, and finally Wright Ponder is able to get back on the scoreboard. She is the second Spartan into double figures. She's got a game high 11 points. Shot clock is dark, 10 seconds to play, first half. How big will the lead be for the Rangers against number 13 Tampa? Harrison inside with the left. How about that angle on the finish? That's how the first half comes to a close with bottom tier marks in the Sunshine State Conference. Parkside in the green starts the third quarter, up by 6. Tampa in white. And here we go as we have switched ends of the court and some harassing defense early from Coach Jesse's team. A straight on three for Schoenbeck, and she's got her second triple of the game. So 2 threes from Schoenbeck and 2 from Korick give the Rangers 4 triples, and they've opened up their largest lead of the game, largest lead that either side has held. Nobody is led by double digits yet, but Parkside right now trying to pull the upset inside. Sullivan barrels in, gets her own miss, and she'll go to the line for 2. Very aggressive, the junior from Winter Haven High School in Florida, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots where she shoots it at 77% on the year. This is her first trip to the foul line here this afternoon. Sullivan off of a 10-point, 3-rebound outing Wednesday in the win against Embry-Riddle, team based down in Florida. 65-50 was the final. Spartans won their 9th straight game of the year. Trying to continue to climb up the women's Division II basketball rankings. But they'll have to shut down this Parkside offensive attack that has made 4 triples for a team that averages about 8 makes a game as a team. Nelson, the duck and pass inside. Lyda Fours called for 3 in the key. Well, Shayla Wright-Ponder is happy about that call for Tampa. She was called for a 3 in the key in that first half as Abney checks out and Danielle Delano comes back in for Tom Jesse and the Tampa Spartans. Third non-conference invitational style event of the year, played in the D2 Tip-Off Classic, did Tampa back in early November. Then in late November, the Mount McKinley Bank North Star Classic in Fairbanks. They went 3-2 in those games combined. A miss inside by Naj, who's been very quiet, but she gets it to go back up and in. And it's 4 straight points for the Spartans, who trail by 5 early third quarter. Vaughn has it poked away by Abney. The team leader in steals. Coast gets away with a little bit of a feet shuffle, and it's 6 straight for Tampa. She realized her footing was going to be a little bit off, but she gets away with a Schoenbeck, steps out, tries again. This time it pinballs into the corner, and a bad pass from Lyda Fours makes it turnover number 11 for the Rangers. And boy, you have to wonder where they could be right now, UW Parkside that is, if they had been able to limit the turnovers in this game. Gayasova comes back in for Alexis Vaughn. Gayasova had 2 points in that first half off of a scoreless outing. Last time out Sunday in the loss against Lindenwood. That was her first scoreless game of the year. Has come off the bench in every game and has been productive. As she sees her teammate Alyssa Nelson get a steal here. Gayasova open in the right corner, kick it to her, 3-ball. And the rebound tipped before it's claimed by Tampa. Up ahead, Abney underneath, tries to get it back to Wright-Ponder, and she does. What a find from Aaliyah Abney. And it's an 8-0 spurt by the Spartans to cut the deficit to 1. Rangers go right back to Nelson, turns, shoots, wanted a foul, and Bonilla the rebound. Chance for Tampa to take their first lead in the second half. Bonilla carried it as she put on the hesitation move and just got that ball, or the hand underneath the ball, and it is the 9th turnover of the game for Tampa. Their second here in half number 2. Maddie Harrison doesn't want the jump shot. She'll put it on the deck. Look at her charge inside. Almost gets it to go. And Wright Ponder with her game-leading 6th rebound. She averages just under 9 on the year. That's the most on the team for Coach Jesse, who sees his team in the midst of an 8-0 run. Chance to add to it and take the lead for the first time here in half number 2. Abney galloping, throws it up, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots as Maddie Harrison, the guilty party, on the blocking foul. Into the game come Corick and Jakaitis for Jen Conley and the Rangers. Aaliyah Abney, 9 points. Has the only made 3 of the game for Tampa. This is her first trip to the free throw line. Just 59% on the year. She rattles it in. That 3-pointer she made in the first half was the first triple she knocked down since November the 25th on the road against Alaska Fairbanks. She splits a pair, almost has the offensive rebound, goes leaping onto a table. And she leaves the game tied at 41, 6:30 to go, third quarter. Game number 1 for both of these teams. Game number 2 overall in the Las Vegas Holiday Hoops Classic. Harrison pushes off, and it's an offensive foul. Got the arm bar extended. It will be Harrison's 3rd personal foul and the 3rd team foul of the quarter. Jen Conley going to leave her senior from Muskego High School in Wisconsin in the game. See if Tampa tries to attack, but the Spartans can take their first lead of the half. Abney steps out, pump fake. Now she goes back, launches the triple. She got it. 12 straight for 13th ranked Tampa, and they're back up by 3. Spartans benches into it. Jakaitis down low. Harrison, a 3 to answer. Rebound claimed by Delano. Approaching the midway point in the third quarter. Tampa, winners of 9 straight, have come out with a vengeance here in the third. They trailed by 6 at the half. Wright Ponder adds to the run, and it's 14 in a row on the scoreboard for a team that did not participate in morning shoot-around because they got into Las Vegas at 2 a.m. Out of the Rangers' answer, Jakaitis scoops and Wright Ponder sends it out. It'll stay with Wisconsin Parkside. And 3 substitutions coming for Coach Conley as she sends Nelson back into the game along with Plockelman and Alexis Vaughn. When you're in a rut like this offensively, as UW Parkside is, have to imagine you go to your best player. That's Alyssa Nelson. She's not going to get a touch. Corick outside. It's an air ball. Abney the rebound. Got it before the shot clock expired, so she races into the front court and she's fouled. That'll lead us to our first meeting. And a chance to make it for real this time. A 14-0 run for the Spartans. She misses the first. Shooting just 59% from the foul line this year. 1 of 3 here this afternoon for someone who was 3rd on the team a season ago. 82% at the foul line. Uncharacteristic for the senior from Rochester, New York, transfer from Charleston Southern. But she makes the second. And it's once again a 5-point lead for the 13th ranked Spartans. Trying to keep the winning streak alive and win their 4th neutral site game of the year. They'll take on Southern Indiana this Sunday at 3 p.m. in their next game here in the Holiday Hoops Classic. Nelson is fouled by Kayla Bonilla, who does not like the call. That's just the first team foul here in quarter number 3. Second personal foul on the senior from Columbus, Georgia. So it'll be a baseline out of bounds, and Vaughn will trigger it in. think they're resolving a clock issue right now. The shot clock is correct at 20. Vaughn looks, has to be able to get it in. Finally does to Korick. And it's another turnover, 13th of the game for the Rangers. That has been their problem all afternoon. Delano, now they say she shuffles the feet before the shot gets off. But Parkside right now in the midst of a 5.5-minute scoring drought. And they'll have a chance at the free throw line as Alyssa Nelson is pushed. Oh no, I think they say that the screener Jakaitis was fouled, so that'll be the second team foul of the quarter. And it's just a side out of bounds for the Rangers, who have put up just 3 points here in quarter number 3. Make it 6. Hannah Plockelman from beyond the arc, 56% from distance on the year. Continues her hot shooting and snaps a 14-0 Tampa run. Natch has been unusually quiet. The dump off, and Antosh will go to the line for 2 shots as she hits the deck, and a chance to get 2 of the 3 points back here at the other end for a 79% free throw shooter. Antosh makes the first, did not score back on Wednesday, December 8th in the win against Embry-Riddle. Played 5 minutes, attempted just 1 shot. But she's got 2 at the charity stripe and a 4-point advantage for the 13th ranked Spartans, who have played 3 conference games this year in the Sunshine State Conference. Wins against Nova, Lynn, and Embry-Riddle. Their next one will be against Eckerd on the 31st. Nelson, the offensive rebound, and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors, I believe, the Spartans, so we will go the other way. And the team in white that's on a 16-3 run over the last 6.5 minutes of action has the ball once again as LaShayla Wright-Ponder has checked back in for Tom Jesse. They try to go to her, but fronted again by Jakaitis. That's been the strategy all afternoon for Jen Conley, to front the post, and there it doesn't work as an easy 2 inside. Third field goal of the second half for LaShayla Wright-Ponder. She's got a game-high 17. That matches a season high. At the other end, the Rangers come up empty. Here comes Abney gallivanting into the lane, and she scores. Jen Conley Arena courtside in Las Vegas. Over 4,100 miles combined. These 2 schools traveled to get here to play. This their first game of a handful they'll play in the Las Vegas Holiday Hoops Classic. Nelson moves it into the corner to Vaughn. Not a lot doing for Parkside on this possession. Plockelman on the wing. Nelson, good pump fake. This time she's definitely fouled by Bonilla, who was not happy with the foul call she was whistled for earlier in this quarter. That's the 3rd team foul and the 3rd personal foul against the senior, so she will have to check out. And back into the game comes Maya Gusto. Was a 6-point Parkside lead at the half. And Tampa in this 3rd quarter has pushed it out to an 8-point lead. 10 on the timer. Nelson gives a jab, another one. Now she makes the move. Going the other way, she banks it in. Tough looking shot from Alyssa Nelson, her first points of the second half. And it's a 6-point game, 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Gusto, fancy handling, almost loses it out of bounds. This time she gives it away. She thought it was tipped out of bounds, is asking for help, but there's no referee in sight. So it will be turnover number 10 for the Spartans on the year. They average just a touch under 16 a game, 4th most in the Sunshine State Conference. Parkside trying to stay above 500 this year. Nelson curls off, can't get the roll. Plockelman, the offensive board, knocked out. It stays with the Rangers, who are this year 5-5, 2-2 in conference play. They will resume playing Great Lakes opponents later this month. Right now, just trying to get to 6-5, snap a 2-game losing skid. The drive, but Flauger can't quite finish. She can't believe it didn't go off the window. Abney open, side pocket, 3, she's fouled. Lidefors didn't need to, just a little bit of a sloppy closeout. Jen Conley sends Maddie Harrison up off the bench to go get the junior from Sweden, who commits her 3rd personal foul and the 5th team foul. So for the final minute 25, Tampa's in the bonus, but to the free throw line for 3 attempts goes Abney, and she makes the first. Now 3 of 5 at the line here today. How about this? Tampa has jumped out to this lead after trailing by 6 at the half. They haven't even attempted a shot from outside. Abney had a long 2 that was ruled a 3. You see those 3 lines on the court. The inner black line is for high school. The outer black is for college. I asked the referee what the red line was. He said he didn't know. And that there was no reason for it to really be there other than to confuse us. Plockelman finds some space and phenomenal footwork. Gets her a deuce inside. She's got a team-high 12. She and Nelson both have combined for half of the Rangers' points. Gusto, Abney, open. This one's a 3, and it's good. Aaliyah Abney, her 2nd triple, the first look of the second half for the Spartans. And for the first time in this game, one of these teams leads by double digits, and it's the 13th-ranked Spartans that are in front by 10. Foul away from the ball is going to be the 4th team foul. They get Delano for the personal. That's going to be her first personal foul, so no foul trouble there. But how about Tampa up by 10? Just 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Coach Jesse knows what his team's identity is. They have stuck to it. 3-ball corner pocket. Alyssa Nelson from downtown. And the 43% three-point shooter from beyond the arc has got 15 points to get her team back within 7, and the Rangers go to a 2-3 zone. Gusto, Sullivan, Abney, this time pump fake, steps in. I think she was trying to bank that, but couldn't get it to go, and Wright Ponder says, don't worry, I got you back, and cleans it up for an and one opportunity. LaShayla Wright Ponder, playing in just her 4th game of the season, made her 2nd start of the year this afternoon. Converts the 3-point play. She's up to 20 points. Abney's got 21. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Flauger got to go up with it. Plockelman from way outside. And it's an 11-point advantage for Tampa as we head to the 4th. Number 13, the senior from Rochester, New York, and Charleston Southern transfer Aaliyah Abney has made multiple 3-pointers for the first time in her career for the 13th-ranked Tampa Spartans, who lead by 11 as we begin the 4th. Sullivan, the dump in inside, and it's an offensive foul against LaShayla Wright Ponder. That's her 2nd personal foul, 1st team foul against the Spartans here in quarter number 4. And on the court for Jen Conley and the Rangers, who led this game by 6 at the half and find themselves down by 11, a 17-point turnaround in the 3rd quarter. Vaughn brings it up. Schoenbeck is out there with Harrison, along with Plockelman and the team's leading scorer, Alyssa Nelson. She's got 14 points. Schoenbeck has a couple of triples this afternoon as well, trying to get it to Nelson. 5 count is on. Boy, she almost turned that over. 10 on the shot clock. Vaughn pirouettes into the corner inside, and it's another turnover. 15th of the game for the Rangers, but the Spartans give it right back. Plockelman down the lane. Nelson gallops left-handed, too strong. And the rebound tipped away well by Dory Natch, who has been oddly quiet in this game for the Spartans. The team's leading scorer at 14 points a game has got just 5 on 4 attempts. It's been Aaliyah Abney and LaShayla Wright-Ponder who have combined for 41 of the 61 points for Coach Jesse's squad, looking to win their 10th game in a row. Gusto 7 on the timer. Delano in the corner picks it up, finds Abney, 2-1, and a blocking foul is called against Maddie Harrison. That is a bailout foul by the senior. Just needed to stay in front without making contact, and it was going to be a tough shot. Instead, the shot clock will reset to 20, and Gusto strolls over to the baseline to inbound it. Abney quickly goes up off the window, way too strong. Didn't even hit the iron there. The Rangers a chance to get the deficit to single digits. Still plenty of time. This is the first game for each of these teams here in the Holiday Hoops Classic. And Nelson squirts free for an easy 2. She's got a team high 16. She and Plockelman, the only Ranger players in double figures. Tampa, meanwhile, has got 3. 2 of them over 20, that being Abney with 21, Wright-Ponder with 20, and Sullivan's got 12 as well. We haven't heard a lot from Aaliyah Sullivan here in the second half. Here goes Nadge powerfully inside. She kisses it off the window. And it's right back to a double-digit advantage for Tampa. Harrison can't get by Wright-Ponder. Good defense cutting across the lane. And she had the shot blocked. That was Schoenbeck. Abney the other way, pull up, tries to bank it, and the rebound to Gusto gives Tampa another offensive opportunity. Dangerous pass across to Delano inside. Wright-Ponder isn't able to corral it. Abney with 3, with 2, gotta go up with it. That's a 3, and she can't make her third triple of the night. Comes Parkside down 11, approaching 7 minutes to play here in game number 1 for both of these teams in this Las Vegas Holiday Hoops Classic. And Alyssa Nelson has it rolling. She's up to 19 points. That her first make from downtown. And we've got an 8-point game inside of 7 minutes to go. Another cross-court pass. Tampa has done that a lot, and they've used it to make the post-entry pass. And LaShayla Wright-Ponder can't be stopped. Pads the rebounding stats. She's got 9 of those to go with her game-high 22 points. Nelson, same spot, different result. Ponder's got a double-double. Abney, the scoop. How about the finish? Largest lead of the game for Tampa. They're up 12. And a carry is turnover number 16 for University of Wisconsin Parkside. And as they look back on this game, one that they led by 6 at the half and have seen an 18-point turnaround here through not even a quarter and a half of action. Turnovers are certainly going to be at the front of the mind for fourth-year head coach Jen Conley. Still time to play, but they need stops. Wright-Ponder inside, and she beats the fronting post position again. The backside help just hasn't rotated quickly enough. New largest lead of the game for the Spartans. And a foul called against Nadge. Boy, that was not a lot of contact fighting for position with Jakaitis. Her third personal foul. That's one of the reasons we haven't heard a lot from the Spartans' leading scorer thus far. Second foul of the quarter against Tampa. Nelson again. Count it with a foul, and she'll have a chance for a three-point play. And she is a one-woman wrecking crew on offense right now for the Parkside Rangers, doing everything she can to keep her team in this game, trying to pull an upset and beat their second-ranked team of the year. Still a tall order with the way that Tampa is playing offense right now, but Alyssa Nelson up to 21 points off of a 32-point outing. She's now got 22, but last time out Sunday in the 2-point loss to Lindenwood, whose men's team will play on this court tomorrow. Alyssa Nelson has been fantastic, and she heads to the bench for a rest. Averaged 27.5 points a game over her last 4 coming in. She's got 22. Gusto from distance, you bet. Everything working right now for Tampa. Their second triple of the half, third of the game, and they lead by 14. They've matched their largest lead of the night. Blocking foul is called as Plockelman runs down Nodge. We're not quite at the midway point here in quarter number 4. Spencer McLaughlin on hand, courtside in the South Point Arena in Las Vegas. And this second half from Tampa has shown you just what this team is capable of and why they have won 9 straight games. Their last loss, 56-44, all the way back on November the 7th to number 1 ranked at the time, Lubbock Christian. Flauger pops free. Boy, Rangers needed that one, but they get a second chance, and they turn it right back over. That has been the story of the second half. 17 turnovers over their season average. Came in averaging 16 a game, 7th in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And UW Parkside right now in danger of losing 3 straight games for the first time this season. Still a lot of time. Sullivan, she's been quiet. That's her game in the mid-range area. Can't convert on this occasion. Possession arrow favors the Rangers, so consecutive victories. Alyssa Nelson has got 22 points for Parkside, and she's doing all she can. On the bench right now, 3 players get up to check back into the game for Jen Conley. Nelson not one of them. Flauger tries her luck. That's wide left, an air ball. Jakaitis sends it back into play, but out on the sideline. And right back up off the bench immediately comes Alyssa Nelson right on cue. 4 subs for Jen Conley. Yeah, she sends Schoenbeck back into the game, who's made a couple of triples. Flauger's the only one who stays out there as Harrison and Plockelman come back in. It's Abney, Wright, Ponder, Gusto, Sullivan, and Bonilla for Tom Jesse and the 13th ranked Spartans. And it's Bonilla from outside, knocking it down from the corner. Largest lead of the game. And Tampa starting to feel very good about themselves. Now 4 of 7 from distance are the 13th ranked team in the D2 women's game. The drive from Plockelman draws 2 shots at the free throw line coming up. It's the 5th team foul of the quarter. That's the good news for Parkside. In addition, they have an opportunity to score at the free throw line with the clock not moving. Plockelman makes the first. This year, a 79% foul shooter. Made both of her free throw attempts Sunday in the loss to Lindenwood. She was great in that game. 21 points and 8 rebounds. 8 of 12 from the floor. Knocked down all 3 looks from outside. She's got 14 points and 4 rebounds and is a perfect 5 of 5 at the stripe here in this one. But her team is down by 15 as we approach 4 minutes to go. Abney, bullet pass inside, and Wright Ponder gets to go to the free throw line herself, where she is 2 of 3 here in the game. The foul there went, I believe, on Maddie Harrison. That is her 4th personal foul and the 2nd team foul, and they did call it on the senior guard, but Coach Conley going to leave her out there. Needs all the veteran presence that she can get on the court with her team. Now down 16, 4 minutes to go. Parkside needs buckets. They need them in a hurry. Plockelman, good looking drive, and Wright Ponder says you can send that into the chairs. That's her 2nd block of the game. Parkside now looking for an answer as the referee wiping off the ball. Might have gotten some dust or dirt on it, maybe a little bit of sweat as well. Flauger looks, heaves it into Alyssa Nelson, who has been sensational in this game. Here she goes again, almost another chance for a 3-point play but she'll get 2 more chances at the free throw line to add to her team leading 22 points. And she's 3 of 3 at the line. She and Plockelman, the only players in double figures, also the only Rangers in this game to attempt a free throw. They're a combined 9 of 9 with that make from Nelson. Make it 10 for 10. So both players, a couple of seniors, have shot 5 free throws. They've knocked them all down, and a team that averages just under 13 made free throws a game on 16 attempts is 10 of 10 at the line now. But it's all from 2 players. I think there's a clock issue here that they are resolving, not entirely certain. Yeah, I think they're looking at the clock right now. I think the shot clock stopped when Tampa started to bring that ball up the court. It's at 29, but it should have been a little bit lower, so they take a second off. And we resume. Ball movement against the 2-3 zone, but it's a turnover. That's what Parkside needs. Empty possessions for the Spartans. And here come the Rangers down 14. Flauger across to Harrison, trying to find Plockelman, and it's turnover number 18 for the Rangers. 13 for the Spartans. That's right about at their season average, 1.5 turnovers below. And now Tampa and Coach Jesse very willing to just move the ball against the zone, probe around, and waste a lot of clock. Time is not a friend of the Rangers. Gusto with 3, with 2, finds some room. Flauger the backside rebound. Rangers have got to go on these possessions just like that, and Plockelman can't get the triple to fall. And the game-leading 11th rebound for LaShayla Wright Ponder, 1 off of her career high. Gusto, quick trigger, open for 3. And again, Parkside gets the stop, but they have just got to have buckets at the other end. This is a good player to do it. Alyssa Nelson has got a team high 24 points. Inside she goes, make it 26. $58 points for Alyssa Nelson in her last 2 outings on 19 of 31 shooting. Has been such a tremendous player during her career for Jen Conley. Sullivan is fouled as Flauger reaches in. That's just the 3rd team foul, and it will be the first personal foul against the freshman from Pulaski High School in Wisconsin, the Oneida, Wisconsin native. And now we've got a line change for the Rangers, and I think that reality is settling in for Coach Conley, trying to get as many players in the game as she can as Nelson checks out. Minute 54 to go, 12-point lead. Might just be getting those players a quick rest and see if some fresh legs can create a turnover. But with the way this Tampa offense has performed in the second half, 44 points after just 32 in the first. Sullivan pulls up, and that just might be the final nail in the coffin for the upset bid from the University of Wisconsin Parkside Rangers. Gayasova, we haven't called her name a lot here in this half, and she's hurt. She is limping, has a brace on either knee, both knees I should say. And Flauger will check back in for the sophomore from Prague and Gymnasium, Jerihu Gutha Jarkoveskeo, or Jarkovskeo, excuse me. I did work on that one. Korik drives and is cut off well by Bonilla. 10 to shoot. Flauger, the freshman, backs it up with the right hand inside. And a good feed. Foul called, so that will be free throws coming for Claire Jakaitis. Maya Gusto is whistled for the foul. As for the first time into the game comes Terry Battle, senior transfer from Bowling Green State, originally from Chicago. And more fresh faces as McKenna Armstrong and Mara McAdams come in for Jen Conley and the Rangers, along with Alexis McNack. Well, next up for the Rangers, 12 p.m. Pacific time here on Flow Hoops. They take on MSU Billings. It's Montana State Billings. And Tampa, meanwhile, they will be off tomorrow. They'll play Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific time against Southern Indiana. They'll go into that game riding a 10-game winning streak. They have not lost since they played then number 1 Lubbock Christian back on November the 7th, 56-44 the final. The lowest point total that Tampa has put up on the season. But the offense came alive here in half number 2 to propel Tampa to another victory. No hurry. This is Audrey Ramsey who moves it to Bonilla in the corner. Another player into the game for the first time. She's got it in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Got to go. She almost travels. Yeah, she does. Can happen when you are seeing your first action of the game, trying to get comfortable, get loose on the court. Sylvia Ferreiros and Rory O'Hara check into the game, a junior and a freshman respectively. O'Hara, the freshman from Highlands High School out of Fort Thomas in Kentucky. Ferreiros, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County transfer. You probably know that school from their legendary March Madness upset in 2018, beating Virginia as a 16 seed, first 16 seed to ever win a game in March Madness. Legends are born in March, and names like that, schools like that, live on forever. The George Masons, Oral Roberts, Florida Gulf Coast, and UMBCs of the world. But right now, it's all about the Tampa Spartans. 10 victories in a row, and they surge ahead to a 12-point margin of victory over the UW Parkside